Benny's adventure team, assemble! Or not. Ow! Where did that come from?
Oke, udah stream ya. Welcome teman-teman semuanya. Mari kita kebut archon quest ya. Tapi sebelum itu kita daily dulu ya. Kenapa Discordku nggak ada notif ya? Aneh banget. Aneh. Loh, aneh banget. Oh.
Benny's adventure
Nggak
team,
nih, normal. Ini mah cuman gara-gara Discordku pakai akun sendiri.
Or not.
Saya ya, bentar ya teman-teman ya. Yo, bisa Royan, halo. Welcome. Iya
Let's
boy,
go find some treasure.
HP-mu piye HP-mu?
Off we go.
Saya bentar, aku mau coba sesuatu. Oke. Nasukaisen atas sendiri, oke. Salah party. Malam amat live-nya. Iya, tadi habis bongkar komputer. Upgrade SSD. Apa ya? Enggak lah, banderer lah. Banderer ambil. Ya, biar cepet.
Who's our target this time?
Oke, let's go guys. Anjay, upgrade yoi. Udah gak muat ya SSD ini.
About to get dicey. My apologies.
Upgrade SSD coy. Kemarin tak taruh drive C nggak muat. Gara-gara ada update ini apa? On time. Ada map baru jadi nggak muat coy. Hancurkan balon slime. Wah, gimana cepet.
Embrace the ice.
Squall and fury.
Aduh, lama ya. Ya udah bang, mau main ML loh. Oke, thank you udah mampir ya.
Behold.
Emang bisa main ML? Katamu gak enak touch screen-nya. Ya gak sih?
The wind rises.
Dulu. Tuh kayak
Squall and fury. Too slow.
Oke. Chat parcel. Serahkan chat parcel. Untung punya. Udah ya. Clear kah? Oh, cepet. Nice. Tinggal main naik walaupun rada-rada. Oke boy. Teori bersabar gitu nih boy.
Behold!
Gotcha. Game's up. Time's over.
Squall and fury!
Adaptasi. Oke. Biar aku nek main Mobile Legend iki sering tak matiin terus tak urip namanya nek misalnya gak jelas terus screen-nya. Tetep iso sih nek iso adaptasi ini. Tetep possible lah sampai mythic. Asal gak main one-man. Ya, tapi biar aku tetap main one-man sih.
Add astro.
Iso aja.
Thank you for complete. Add astro.
Tutor farming cepat. Farming apa? Tergantung farmingnya apa. Rada hati kokomi. Kokomiku nggak jadi jir. Mau kayak pengen nih kayak pengen spiral tapi ya. Besok kasih itu speedrun kan ya aku spiral ini lagi. Besok aku libur jadi aku mau selesaikan ya apa eksplorasi konten 100%. Aku mau mulai pagi jam 8 aku udah amat lah, langsung gaskin gak adus-adusan. Salah party boy. Gue tahu freeze ya sih nyempet no. Masuk siangling kan ya nggak mungkin aneh. Nah apa bos gue.
Just sharpen my spear.
Ayo rolling siangling. Ya mati anjing. Tuh. Bar. Ngono kan maksudmu? Trot. Easy. Tapi kan sedurunge ganti LCD kan? Sedurunge ganti LCD. Sawise lah boy. Itu udah ganti LCD 2 kali kok. Kalau sekarang sih nggak ngerti ya. Langsung lah ya archon quest saya nanti on. Let's go bos. Live di TikTok bang? Enggak coy, enggak amat. Oh iya, lupanya apa ya aku amat. Selamat datang di streamer sesat ya. Semoga kamu nggak ikut tersesat. Kamu main Genshin juga kak Ahmad? Woi ikut teleport waypoint boy. Ini cara ke atas gimana dah? Ya part ini gak masalah lagi. Kurang cepat. Wanderer Relan Ayaka Zongli.
Who's our target this?
Let's go boys. Kayaknya lihat sini deh. Entahlah. Yang LSD pertama itu apik. Iya kah? Justru malah murah yang pertama. Seriusan.
Squall and fury.
Bude ngerti lah Leo. Oke. Kayaknya sih ini siapa namanya? Nggak hoki gitu loh. Dapat yang jelek. Apakah ini tangga menuju ke atas? Apakah betul? Oh iya. Oh iya. Apakah betul? Lihat sini. Oh iya, ono Livejer. Coba ke lantai dulu ya. Lantai dulu. Lantai 2 maksudnya. Cara bizar live mampir MLS. Oh. Akbar jere. Oh, marek Pak Joko ternyata. Gak usum boy, gak usum Mobile Legend. Cuk. Lantai piro mau pencetku? Yah, kan. Katoan anjir. Loh, bener cuk. Yo salah sih sebenarnya, tapi bener. Ntar aku mau buka map dulu ya. Yo bener tapi salah. Nih mapnya biar luas ya. Anjay, sempit banget. Jur, kancamu ta beng. Wah, iki boy. Loh, cono mana anjir? Eksplorasi 1% aku loh udah ngapa-ngapain cok. Siapa yang mainin akun Genshinku? Kambing. Apa gara-gara aku ini membuka archon ini? Archon statue. Pergi loh musuhnya the warrior gitu. Destroyer. Halo yang baru gabung, selamat datang ya teman-teman semuanya. Semoga kalian nggak tersesat ya nonton ini. Siapa yang di sini ingin ku review? Review sesat. Tunggu aku hapus. Lah kemarin habis ini sih Tatang. Naik jalur Navia untuk pergi ke Erinyes. Ini maksudnya Erinyes. Enggak. Ya, nah ini kapan dong? Apa sakal? Saya oke sih. Elpen. Apa ya? Anjir, Fury solid ini. Jadi kemana? Oh ya saya. Ayo boy, cepet boy. Apakah nunggu? Anjir nunggu cok.
Welcome to the Navia line. I am Elfan. The boat will be departing imminently. Please do not stick your head, hands, or other body parts outside the boat. The Aquabus operator is not responsible for any accidents or injuries resulting from doing so.
Okay, boy.
Also, please remember to buy the Steambird, though I don't read it myself.
Jujur banget anjir Elven. Katanya nggak boleh keluar kalau kecelakaan dia nggak mau tanggung jawab anjir.
Points of interest worth visiting include the Fountain of Lucine and the Opera Epiclese. If you look to the left in the direction we are currently traveling, you will see the famous Fontaine Research Institute up in the sky. An experiment gone wrong turned a new sightseeing opportunity.
Iya kah?
Human ingenuity truly is
Tertarik sih aku. Banyak eksperimen yang gagal katanya. Apakah merenggut banyak nyawa? Bro, cepet bro, ngenos bro. Loh, mau tak tinggal sesuai. Loh. Oh enggak, man. Bisa aku bro. Lambat. Tidak worth it ya. Nah, ini tak easy. Sampai bro, sampai bro. Apakah kita disambut?
Squall Fury.
Apakah ada teks lain? Anjing. Ya sampai. Dulu. Selamat datang di Fontaine. Apa ya? Di dekat sini ada merkote. Apa maksudnya? Apa maksudmu boy?
Quit following me.
Boleh cerita soal Eriness, Fountain of Lucine dan Opera Eclipse. Epic listening. Selain itu tidak ada. Runtime Institute ada di bagian utara Eriness. Ada yang lain? Kenapa? Oh, kata orang ini. Cara besar live mampir lain mas. Oh gimana? Dadah. Halo Sofia, Sofia datang lagi. Halo Sofia, welcome to my stream.
Too slow.
Yay.
Behold.
OTW opera langsung. Kata kesuwen. Besok kita speedrun eksplorasi Fontaine. Masuk gak? Hari ini kita kebut archon quest sampai selesai. Ya seperti itu. Dogi-chan. Gak takut dia.
Squall Fury.
Cara cepat berkelana di Seivat. Punya Wawan, Yelan, sama Yaka. Oke. Wah. Thumbnail bisa jadi thumbnail nih. Anjas. Screenshot dulu gak sih? Oke.
Whoa! Now this is fancy!
This
The
is
opera
fancy.
express. What a place to hold a performance!
Oh,
No
oke.
wonder Lenny and Lynette were looking forward to it.
Weh, Ren Senpai. Malam banget bang live-nya. Besok libur kak? Iya, libur aku. Tadi ini coy, aku dapat paket. Nggak dapat paket sih. Aku beli SSD, paketnya udah datang. Terus aku pasang SSD dari maghrib sampai jam setengah 10 baru kelar. Ya karena banyak problem ya tadi. Tiba-tiba PC ku nggak mau nyala aja. Sempat panik ya.
Looks like there's a lot of people standing around the fountain up ahead.
Akhirnya aku rakit ulang dari awal.
Oh, Archon, please bless us with a bright and healthy child. We pray.
Tapi ujung-ujungnya tetap ada problem sih sebenarnya. Bootingnya tuh lama coy. Tapi nggak apa-apa lah ya. Pas sudah selesai booting tetap normal seperti biasa. Panik dikit gak ngaruh yoi.
I don't know why you
Nggak,
always
anjir,
feel the
panik
need to
banget
ask
aku.
so much. I'll be happy as long as our child is healthy and lives a peaceful life.
I guess if they're our kid, then there's no doubt they'll turn out smart.
Waduh, cocok banget ya ini. Cantik ya anjir. Baru kali ini ada NPC yang rambutnya dikepang kayak gini anjir. Bajunya juga bagus-bagus ya di Fontaine.
Maybe this is one of the customs in Fontaine. There sure are a lot of couples here.
Lu apa lagi? Lagi lu. Panik.
What's wrong?
Ih, merinding kok ya suaranya sumpah. Pasir siapa sih Pasir? France. Oh iki ku. Oh di Prancis coy. Map Fontaine ku Prancis. Oh iya banyak air bro Prancis. Anjar, oh iya ada di dunia nyata coy. GG Carles Vassar. Bentar ya tak ceritain nih. Ya pokoknya ono lah. Ngapain juga. Apakah Paris di Prancis? Paris di mana? Oh iya di Prancis coy, makanya banyak pasangan-pasangan gitu. Ih ada Paimon, ini Paimon. Kan emang ini teman kita, teman berpetualang. Kaiser itu sosok yang di dunia nyata ada coy. Kaiser siapa? Adalah seorang pembunuh berantai. Ini guys, ada ceritanya di dunia asli. Joseph Kaiser di Prancis, pembunuh berantai di nekrofil Prancis, dikenal sebagai The French Reaper. Wajahnya penuh bekas luka dan topi bulu kelinci buatan tangan yang polos membentuk penampilan khasnya. Dia membunuh 11-27 orang. Kebanyakan adalah pekerja pertanian remaja antara tahun 1894 dan 1897. Dalam setahun dia membunuh 11-27 orang. Anggaplah 24 ya, tengah-tengah, enggak sih? Ya 24 itu berarti satu bulan dia bunuh 2 orang coy. Gila sih. Gila sih, pasar sih. Coba kita lihat sejarahnya di Genshin. Pasar Genshin. Belum ada ya. Belum ada yang membahas tentang Phaser. Mau bapak ya, sorry cuma sebentar di sini. Oke Sofia, makasih loh udah mampir ya. Otsu. Ya, selamat tidur. Aneh, suara apa itu tadi?
Welcome to the Fountain of Lucine. All the water flowing through
Oh,
Fontaine converges here. It's customary for newlyweds to come here and wish for children.
Lynette, you scared Paimon! When did you get here?
When he asked me to wait here for you, remember?
Oh, oke. Archon Quest ngebug. Bagian anjir. Archon Quest bagian 1 sampai 2 isinya cuma sedang doang. Gak ada glutnya, ya kak. Aku yang nggak suka tentang politik apakah suka, kita lihat ya.
Right.
Sampai detik ini sih aku masih paham alur ceritanya, tapi ntar di pertengahan kemungkinan aku bakal banyak salah ngertiin ya. Tadi aku sama-sama dengan suara orang, apakah
What do
dia
you mean?
tahu?
There are a lot of people here right now.
Berasal dari air mancurnya.
Hey, you're not trying to scare Paimon, are you? Besides,
Cik, kayak game horror ya, anjir.
not the time for eerie things.
Di sini malam man. Nuansa horornya tuh dapat jir.
I see. I might be able to tell you something that could help explain the voice you heard.
Oke. Cerita hantu nih.
In fact, you might not be imagining things at all. I suspect that what you heard is a result of your hypersensitivity to the hydro element. Others in my family have had similar experiences.
Lynette mengatakan kita belum tentu cuma halo, mungkin karena kamu sensitif terhadap elemen hydro. Keluargaku juga gitu.
It's because of his sensitivity to the hydro element? But what would hearing a voice have to do with elemental
Kasian nanti Lynette kena tuduh ya kak. Bergelut lah kita, siapa yang
When do
nuduh-nuduh
you cry,
Lynette?
Paimon?
Apakah nanti Lynette membantu kakaknya?
What does that have to do with anything?
Apa standing?
Just answer me. When do you cry?
Biasanya kapan kamu nangis? Maksudnya?
When Paimon's really sad? Oh, and when Paimon's super happy. Oh, and also when Paimon's really, really scared.
Then you should understand that tears contain your most intense emotions.
Oke, setuju.
Like I just mentioned, the Fountain of Lucine is where all the flowing water in Fontaine converges. Even the tears that fall to the ground will eventually gather here.
Even the tears fall on ground gather here. Wah, gila sih, keren sih Fonten sih.
So maybe what you heard was the intense emotion coming from someone's tears.
Oke, penjelasannya menarik, tapi aku percaya tidak percaya. Masih belum tentu nih. Kayak manggil nama seseorang. Kaiser.
If you were hearing their emotions, then Paimon wonders what happened to them.
Lena dan Lena nanti kena tuduh Furina tanpa bukti. Wah, Furina ini nanti ya. Belum cukup diriku untuk toxic.
Rather than worrying about them, we should worry about my brother first.
Tapi dilihat dari pertemuan kita pas pertama di pintu gerbang Fonten sih, gila sih, Furina ngeselin banget, Cok.
Don't let that calm look of his fool you. He tends to get pretty nervous just before a performance. So chatting with Lenny might help him relax a little before he goes on stage.
Oke.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Ayo kali ini. Di kakakmu mana? Tapi dibantu MC kok, jadi tenang aja. Oke. Oke bro. Nah, cutscene nih pasti. Orang Furina aman. Duh, suarane
Traveler
BGM.
in Paimon.
BGM-nya mencekam langsung
I
ya.
knew you two would come.
Senang deh kalian bisa datang. Ya,
Are
sama-sama.
you kidding? We wouldn't miss it for the world. We've been looking forward to it.
I can tell, judging by how early you've arrived. But you're actually right on time. The audience still hasn't started entering the venue yet, which means now is the perfect chance for us to take you to the best seats in the house. Wait just a moment, I'll fetch the tickets.
Oke. Kita datang sangat pagi, jadi kita bisa milih mau duduk di mana aja. Oke. Masih paham
The
ya
Opera
ceritanya.
House has assigned seating, so you always have to make reservations.
Harus pesan tempat
I've
dulu.
already
Oke.
reserved your seats, and here are your tickets.
Ooh, front row seats. Thanks, Lenny.
Don't mention it. There's no need to keep thanking me.
Oke.
Hey, Lenny, could you come over here and take a look at this?
Maaf ya, yang isi suara pada LBC.
Oh, I'll be right there. Seems there's an issue with the stage props over there. That's Cal, my assistant, calling me. I'll go lend him a hand.
Kita panggil Mas Sapi ya. Silakan.
Yeah, we'll just go to our seats. You go ahead, Lenny.
Kemana nih? Apa data? Gila, maaf ya. Kills. Detail sekali ya. Rapi cok. Megah sekali coy. Furina udah nuduh salah nyolot lagi, ya kan?
Oh, these should be our seats. Come on, let's sit down.
Emang Paimon bisa duduk jir? Lah, legit dan tapi dia gak duduk ya. Apa ki? Canggung ya.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty still. It's kind of awkward if we don't say anything.
Namanya introvert aku.
Excuse me, I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry.
Apa nih?
I would be perfectly happy to chat with you if
Ini
that's
si
what you
paling
like.
adil ya. Ini si paling adil ya. Neophyte ganteng coy. Oh, si aman. Yo, ganteng sih Jen.
Oh, so you heard all of that, did ya? Boy, you sure have good ears. Paimon thought she was keeping her voice down. Wait, that's not it. Paimon's sorry. Paimon's the one who was being rude, talking under her breath like that. So let's talk. But what should we talk about? Oh, Paimon's got it. You're also here early and sitting in the front. Are you a friend of Linny's too?
A friend, you say? Well, if Mr. Linny would like to be my friend, I would be more than happy to reciprocate.
Dia tuh naga itu loh bang, tapi lagi berubah jadi manusia ya. Apa iya?
Oh, so you're not friends with Linny then? Oh, this is getting more awkward by the second. Paimon nearly forgot to make her introduction. Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine.
It is an honor to meet you two. I have heard of your deeds across Tevat. And as required by proper etiquette, I will also introduce myself. I am...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Ah, Mr. Linny. I should say it is in fact an honor for me to see your
Iya,
performance
dia
in
udah
person.
menghuni Fontaine dulu sebelum ada Archon. Jadi ini setara sama The Valin, ya nggak sih? Apakah betul? Apakah betul Rin Senpai? Ini termasuk naga legendaris itu.
Wait, Nervillet? Could he be...
Si paling adil.
I saw you all chatting just now, but it seems you still don't know. Allow me to introduce you to Fontaine's
Go on.
Chief Justice. That seat is always reserved for him. It wouldn't be too much to say that he's the symbol of justice and honesty here in Fontaine.
Yudex. Ntar Yudex apa? Ntar dibahas pasti itu. Oh bahasa Prancisnya iki bro. Hakim Agung.
Whoa! Sorry for being
Kayak
so rude
naga
just now.
Apep
Paimon had
punya
no idea
Naida.
you were such an important person.
Naga Apep. Emang Naida punya naga? Naida Dragon. Apa iya? Fenty punya Dvalin. Zhongli punya Morax. Oh iya, punya ya? Aku gak ngerti ya. Kok aku gak ngerti anjir? Wih gila gede banget cok. Gila gedenya. Apep, Dendro Dragon. Anjir gede banget. Wah gila sih, gokil sih. Aku gak ngerti anjir. Kan dulu sebelum ada Archon di unit 7 naga kan. Nah ini salah satunya. Oh berarti ini apa setara sama ini, setara sama Dvalin. Tapi apakah Elektro ada naganya? Kita udah lama di Inazuma tapi belum muncul naga-naga itu. Coba ya, Inazuma Dragon. Apakah naganya ini mati? Inazuma Dragon Genshin. Oh ini Serpent Head. Serpent itu ini naganya Inazuma ya gak sih? Yang mati itu. Raiden got no dragon. Udah dibunuh Siapa Serpent kah maksudmu? Urabashi itu. The Mystery of Urabashi. Oke.
No offense taken. Being Chief Justice is merely what I do for work. Nearly every person has their usual reserved seat, so I'm not so special, really.
Okay.
And by the way, I should probably let you know, even though I would prefer not to, there's someone sitting up there in the VIP seats that has been striking a pose for quite a while now.
Iki apa Furina?
I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression.
Aku rasa dia ingin terlihat elegan dan gagah ketika pertama kali. Oh, New Villa ternyata nggak terlalu suka sama ini Furina.
So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise she may become flustered.
Ah, ternyata baik anjir. Anjir. Kukira Furina yang baik, yang Neophylat ini jahat, Cok. Ternyata kebalikan ya. Tampilan tidak menentukan sifatnya.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina, the Hydro Archon. Huh. She sure has a smug and satisfied look on her face. Guess she has no idea that you saw right through her act.
Bebas deh. Kayaknya dia nggak ngeh deh kalau kamu sudah tahu. Kamu sudah tahu. Maksudnya kamu itu siapa?
Very good.
Oh ini,
That is for the best. No
Neophylat.
need to pay her any more attention. We may now enjoy the show.
Oke. Gak usah pedulikan Furina, weh.
Huh? So is this what things are like between the Chief Justice and the Hydro Archon?
Iya, itu temannya jadi naga terus dibunuh sama Oh, sing iki ya, apa namanya? Yang makan-makan itu kan. Yang apa? Ada kucingnya itu. Kuping kucing ya nggak sih?
Alright, please wait just a moment longer. I've pretty much finished my preparations and the performance will start as soon as the audience has made their way to their seats.
Ini Fonten tak apa namanya? Tak bacanya bener-bener aku. Aku nggak mau kayak kemarin-kemarin ya. Terlalu banyak skip ya. Oke, pertunjukan mau dimulai nih.
The show's finally about to start! Boy, I can hardly wait! Paimon's never seen a real live magic show before!
Apa iya, man? Wih, rame moro-moro.
Oh, they're dimming the lights! The show must be starting!
Mon, diem mon, sumpah mon. Sini bang.
Sorry, Paimon will try to stay quiet.
Ayo nyatur, anjir.
Welcome one and all to the Opera Epicles. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister Lynette, who will be working as my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Ada ceritanya semua naga yang huni 7 Steifat. Gimana? Ada ceritanya. Semua naga yang huni 7 Steifat itu nggak suka archon. Tapi ada beberapa udah ada yang baikan sama archon. Contohnya Devalin. Jadi awal mulanya tuh naga-naga pada benci sama archon gitu kan. Karena kekuasaannya diambil alih sama archon. Masuk akal sih, masuk akal.
I know she may seem to be a little sleepy right now, but that's just a sign that she's nervous.
Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, two vision holders who can freely manipulate elemental powers performing magic is not true magic at all.
Okay.
So, I would like to take a moment to assure you that elemental powers will have nothing to do with what you will witness on the stage today.
Oke. Gimana bang? Mau ngapain bang?
Both Lynette and myself have removed our visions for the show.
Wah, ini
That
sas
way,
sih gue.
even the gods won't be able to help us.
Oh, good point. That's what makes the show real magic.
Now, without further ado, let the show begin. Lynette will now exit the stage to make some preparations.
Oke.
I know you might miss her, but don't worry. She'll be coming right back on stage momentarily. Perhaps in an unexpected way.
Apa iya?
I'm sure she'll be stealing the spotlight soon enough.
Apa iya Line?
Oh, and before I forget, there's one more thing I should say. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
Oke. Serius aku.
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless.
Keluar Linet ya. Nah, keluar Linet sih gak masuk akal sih. Anjay.
But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before.
Iya.
So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
Oh betul. Weh,
Using this water tank, I shall make my
Peanut.
sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
ih bahaya cok. Gak bahaya ta iki?
It's actually quite simple. She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top.
Anjay.
Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now. Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
What?
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
Lah. Kukira anjir. Kukira. Pasti otak kalian sama kan apa yang ku pikirkan. Pasti prank mihoyo sih. Kok masih pakai baju ya? Ada.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Hyman didn't see him do anything!
Nonton aja bang, bagus nih kasih tujuan Purina. Oke.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
Gigi.
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking.
Oke.
To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally hidden.
Guess you're right. Hyman couldn't believe her eyes when Lynette reappeared. Amazing!
Sabar dulu bang.
Thank you everyone. I'm glad you enjoyed that performance.
Meskipun kita beda wilayah, beda tahun, tapi pemikiran kita sama. Yoi.
But our magical journey has only just begun. I've prepared even more astonishing surprises for everyone here.
Apa ya? Ada kasin lagi kan?
The magic of transformation and disappearance can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Dulu.
I'm sure many of you are thinking that escaping the water tank was impressive enough. But Lynette is still my assistant after all. In which case, I have ample time to make all necessary preparations. So, for my next trick, I will require the participation of
Saya
one
bang.
lucky audience member.
Saya bang.
Please, if my assistants could bring out the magical boxes now.
Mohon para asisten keluarkan kota ajaibnya.
There are 2 boxes and only 2 boxes. One is here and one is there in the aisle among the audience.
Gimana ini? Ada 2 kotak dan hanya 2 saja. Ada 2 kotak dan hanya 2. Oh, berarti di sini ada 2 kotak. Satu di sini, satu di sana. Di tengah-tengah. Oh, anjir subtitlenya aneh sih.
I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic trick.
Aku yakin banyak dari kalian yang sudah tahu trik apa. Aku kepikiran iki sih filmnya Christopher Nolan yang pesulap itu. Apa judulnya? Yang ada ini apa namanya? Ada ilmuwan siapa itu namanya? Nikola Tesla. Itu cerita pesulap. Keren sih itu.
Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a magic box.
Sangat
After
plot
1
twist ini.
minute, we will each emerge from the opposite box.
Oke, hadirin beruntung dan aku akan masuk ke salah satu kotak. Setelah 1 menit, kami akan keluar dari kotak yang satunya. Nah, ini sih persis banget sih.
Now please, everyone pay very close attention to the box you see here. Don't give me any chance to make a move.
Oke, bro. Aku lupa judul apa ya. Sing filmnya itu. Bagus soalnya itu. Pesulap, apa sih pesulap? Ah, the Prestige, itu di luar nalar itu ceritanya anjir.
Wow, how's he gonna do this? Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual
Ntar
superpowers?
man, aku yakin kita bisa bongkar triknya.
The lucky audience member will be generated by this random number selector. It selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations!
Oh,
You
bukan
now have the
kita ya.
chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the
Oke.
I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything for you to be as comfortable as possible. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, don't come out of the box.
Wajar.
If the magic is interrupted, who knows where you might end up? You might even find yourself in the fortress of Meropide.
Meropid, apakah ada di dunia nyata? Bentar ya guys ya, Meropid. Meropid Genshin. Kok keluar iki? Worsley. Fortress of Meropid. Underwater, oh. Ya sergo ini bawa tanah anjing. Ya ora bawa tanah ding. Tenggelam telan kok.
Oh,
Quest baru lagi
Okay.
kah bang? Iya, ini Archon quest nih. Update Fountain.
All right.
Negara baru
Before
nih.
I enter the magic box,
Masih
there
hangat
is
ya.
one more thing I need to ask the audience to do. Could you all give me a countdown?
Oke.
Like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster or slower if you like.
60.
I won't be able to see anything in the pitch
59.
black box, so I'll be relying on your
58.
voices to know when time is up.
Oke.
Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Oke.
Ooh, Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing you say that.
Pikiran Paimon sama sih. Ya aku. Ini pasti sudah siap-siap. Yakin itu kan bareng-bareng kamu nggak bisa balap.
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eyes. You still can't be trusted. Let's practice together.
Oke.
Come on, repeat after me. 60, 59, 58.
Coba petir.
60, 59,
58. 57.
That's right, perfect. Keep it going. All right, I'll see you all on the other side once you've finished counting.
Sudah. Saya ketongo.
52?
Saya ketolu.
Why aren't you counting, Neverlet?
Anjir iki wong sangar aja melu-melu, aja dijah.
I am counting in my head.
Oke.
I think things are exciting enough in here as it is.
Sangar sih Neofilet gila sih kayak Zhongli anjir.
Merely a consequence of my identity and personality. Do not worry about me. Just enjoy the show.
Just enjoy this show.
Oh, alright. You look so serious that Paimon thought you might be feeling uncomfortable or something.
40, 39, 38.
Wah,
Mr. Lenny, are you all right in there? Is everything ready?
Eric.
Yes, I'm fine, I'm just double checking the direction of the magic. It would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong places. For example, midair right above the audience.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all.
sengaja sih.
What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Paling juga pengalih perhatian.
Not sure. Anyway, it doesn't seem like anyone's worried about it.
25! 24! 23!
1 bulan berhenti main Genshin gara-gara HP meledak. Iya kak, setting terendah aja loh. Aku di Genshin, di HP itu udah setting terendah plus turunin resolusi 30%. Gila.
What's wrong, Mr. Lenny? I can still hear you moving in there.
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying to fix it, but it's pitch black in here. I can't tell left from right.
Never mind the decorations. There's no time for that. The show is what's important.
No, that's unacceptable. I want my show to be perfect. Don't worry, we still have 20 seconds.
19! 18! 17!
19, 18, 17.
It seems things aren't quite going as planned. I apologize, everyone. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's all right. I know it can be tiring to do such a long countdown. 10 seconds and change is still plenty of time.
Okay.
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping 2 people is harder work than you might think.
Cutscene coy.
Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait! Is this the back one? I can't tell. They both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
Anjay. GG. What the hell? Ih, mati coy asistennya coy. Nah, terus penontonnya nanti coy.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the stage now, right?
What happened?
Oh no.
Apakah plot twist?
Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl was still in that box, right?
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Waduh.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must investigate the cause. But if this was all part of some scheme, then those accountable will not escape the judgment of the God of Justice.
Boy, biggie boy.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of this soon enough.
Okay, boy.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead.
Anjing.
His name was Cowell, one of the assistants in Linny's magic troupe.
Mas Happy meninggal, bro. Orang yang di dalam kotak dinyatakan telah meninggal dunia. Almarhum bernama Cowell, salah satu asisten rombongan sulap Linny. Tapi kan harusnya cewek ya yang di dalam kotak ya. Harusnya 2 orang dong yang mati dong. Mas Happy. Itu cuma salah paham bang, iya kah?
Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
Oke.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowl in the box, rather than the guest from the audience.
Bener-bener. Kenapa yang dalam kotak adalah Cowell dan bukan sukarelawan? Gini boy. Tadi asisten yang kedua tuh udah pergi kan. Cowell nggak ada dipertunjukkan dari awal. Terus tiba-tiba yang di dalam kotak tuh Cowell, mas-mas sapi coy, yang manggil-manggil lainnya di awal itu loh. BGM-nya langsung seram gini coy.
And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that the girl is nowhere to be found.
Gadis tersebut tidak ada di lokasi. Mencurigakan. Apakah gadis tersebut yang menyebabkan semua ini?
It appears that this incident was not merely some mishap with the performance.
Oke, bukan kecelakaan.
And there are many indications that it is connected with the case of the serial disappearances of young women.
Bener. Di Fontaine ada isu kalau banyak gadis Fontaine tuh hilang guys. Jadi mungkin ini ada hubungannya gitu.
The serial disappearances case?
Nah.
That's the case that Charlotte mentioned before.
Ya. Bisa-bisanya terjadi di tempat yang banyak penonton, termasuk archon.
I know the truth. I can see through the whole thing. Really, using such a shallow and obvious mystery as his finale. Did he really underestimate us that badly? I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Jangkrik Furine karepe dhewe yo. Bahkan naga Hydra aja nggak nuduh langsung loh.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an accident.
Oke coy, jangan ada yang spoiler ya.
No, this all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not?
Bukankah semua terjadi ketika pertunjukan sulap berlangsung? Gadis yang menghilang setelah dipilih untuk naik panggung. Bukankah yang meninggal adalah asistenmu sendiri?
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians making things disappear was nothing more than a provocation, a bald-faced challenge.
That can't be right. How can Linny do this?
Enggak mon.
He was in the box on the stage the entire time. We can even hear his voice. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Ya. Tapi dia memang bisa jadi tersangka karena waktunya terlalu kebetulan.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina, may I assume that your comments just now constitute an accusation against Mr. Linney and his associates, and that you are pressing charges?
Masuk akal.
I just think that
Wait, Jomuzan, Pepe. Welcome.
a little early to talk about formally pressing
Gila seru banget coy, story-nya ngeri. Gue kira bakal membosankan ya, ternyata sangat seru sekali. Hayu lo, Farina lo. Tolol emang bocil iki.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect sense.
Alah,
Looks like she's gonna personally deliver justice.
warga Fontaine ini bangsa juga anjir. Terlalu mengagung-agungkan Farina.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic show.
Tuan.
Lady Farina said it all.
Gak like aku.
I mean, of course, my dear people. But what excites me even more than the obvious truth before our eyes is the opponent I'll be facing.
Oke. Yang dimaksud nih kita kan?
I mean you, traveler. You'll support Linny, won't you? After all, he was the one who helped you the first time we met.
Lini adalah satu-satunya orang normal ya. Aku percaya Lini.
Then there's no problem at all. You know, the traveler and I already had a duel the first time we met. But with Linny's help, our little duel ended in a draw. But draws really are the most boring possible outcome.
Berkelahilah kita. Ayolah.
So, no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and loser. And what better place to hold such a riveting showdown and decide the true victor than here, on the grandest of stages, the Opera Epiclese.
It wasn't a draw. She obviously lost last time.
Sing banter Ramon. Sepertinya Anda sudah menjadi rakyat fonten. Yowes bang tak turu. Oke bro. Selamat tidur aja Muzan. Emang udah malam banget sih ini.
I understand. Charges have now been pressed, and as such, a trial is in order.
Tapi tenang ya teman-teman semuanya. Aku bakal kelarin archon quest ini sampai selesai. Habis itu baru off stream.
Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But putting her dramatic rhetoric aside for a moment, I would like to ask you.
Aduh, kita masuk ya. Kita masuk dalam perangkap Farina. Kayak mana
Are you
nih?
willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend him in this case?
Apakah kamu bersedia menjadi kuasa hukum Tuan Linne dan membelanya dalam kasus ini? Gas.
Very well. The trial will be held a day from now in the Opera House. Both sides may investigate the scene to build their cases and search for the truth.
Kita kalahin Farina dengan caranya dia sendiri ya. Marah besar lagi aku. Oke, kedua pihak berhak menyelidiki tempat kejadian perkara untuk mengumpulkan data dan menyingkap kebenarannya.
Linney and his troop are all potential suspects and shall remain within the Opera House.
Oke.
The audience may begin to leave in an orderly fashion once they have been cleared by the guards.
Oke, boy.
A day isn't that long. Let's see what kind of case this big shot outlander can build in such a short amount of time.
Bacot, Cil.
I'm really quite looking forward to hearing it.
Hadirin dibubarkan coy. Questnya masih panjang. Ntar ketemu Tatang juga. Rapopo. Los sih, kesok libur aku.
Sorry about everything that happened just now. Were you frightened?
Aku tidak takut dengan apapun, Lini.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing an accident like that?
Mon.
Yeah,
Jangan bilang gitu,
I'm a
Mon.
little shaken up myself. How could this happen? And poor Cal.
Wah, Mas Sapi apakah meninggal, guys?
I know you already claimed that
Almarhum
you'd
ya,
defend me,
Jare. Wah.
but now it's just us talking. Tell me, do you think I could possibly be the murderer?
Apa kalian pikir aku pembunuhnya? Netral. Bukan lah anjing.
Good to hear. Thank you so much for trusting me.
Oke.
I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, the whole thing is mysteries layered upon mysteries, such that all that's left is confusion.
Wah, nek politik tentang misteri sih suka aku, Jay.
I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an
Enggak sih,
accident or
enggak
not.
politik sih.
And I don't know why poor Cal was in the box.
Gue kira sidang-sidang politik, ternyata bukan misteri, coy. Suka sih aku ini. Aku juga nggak tahu kenapa Cole bisa dalam kotak.
As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any answers either. If someone tampered with my performance, then we need to figure out what they did.
Oke.
Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Aneh tapi nyata.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible.
Anjir, untuk kacamata kondiman.
Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh?
Very cool, ha? Mantane.
Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them. It wasn't from our travel funds.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
Okay.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. Feeling depressed isn't going to help me now. I need to get back to my normal self.
Okay.
But with the guards watching our every move, it's going to be especially difficult for Lynette and I to prove our own innocence.
Okay.
Good thing you agreed to be our attorneys. Thanks for that. We'll be counting on you.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
Serahkan padaku.
Just leave it to us.
Just leave it to us.
Since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first. Where did Lynette go during the performance?
Ya juga ya.
Well, I'm afraid that would involve some of our essential trade secrets as magicians.
Apa sih?
The secrets behind our magic are past saving, Linny.
I suppose you're right. The truth behind our tricks is going to be important evidence that will be weighted during the trial. 'Tis truly a pity. As a magician, our magic show is a work of art. We've poured countless hours and spared no effort in perfecting it.
Iya sih.
But if revealing our secrets will help you uncover the truth behind what happened, then it will be well worth it. We should go somewhere else if we're going to discuss our magic tricks. We'll go speak with the guards, and in the meantime, you can go investigate the stage and the seating areas.
Oke, waktunya kita menyelidiki sesuatu ya.
Let's go have a look while the investigation teams are still here. Detective Paimon is on the case.
Let's go, boys.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
Kamu ini kuasa hukumnya Lynette.
I see. You must be the traveler that Lady Farina mentioned. Listen, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'd avoid getting mixed up in this whirlpool of a mess if I were you.
Oke, Swan. Terima kasih peringatannya.
Huh? What do you mean?
Come with me and you'll see.
Oke, kita bongkar kebusukan Farina.
The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troupe long, he was hardworking and everyone generally liked him. The assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as assisting with the show and keeping the crowd engaged.
Oh, ini mayat anjir.
As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with Cowl inside it.
Tapi kenapa Cowl bisa di dalam sana? Harusnya kan cewek itu.
This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene and we're unable to find any traces of the girl.
Oke. Jangan yang nyulik-nyulikin para gadis tuh Farina anjir.
However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap.
Okay.
All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a mere accident. If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned, and Linny is the most likely person to have access to all these areas.
Iso aja sih, soalnya ya Lynette tuh elemennya api kan.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Nggak juga sih.
Well, you can't say we're good friends, but we've known each other for a little while.
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your trust, but even convince you to act as his attorneys. I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of a magician is holding the audience in the palm of their hand.
Oke. Kayak Mas Esmond iki kepalanya clear ya.
I've seen a lot of cases, and I can tell you that people are the least reliable kind of evidence.
Oh, betul juga ya. Tapi nggak selamanya begitu kan, manusia juga bisa jadi bukti yang paling kuat.
Sorry, I tend to be pretty straightforward. Just know that I'm warning you for your own good.
Iya sih, kita juga bisa kita buta tentang kebenaran sih.
Anyway, you may investigate the scene of the crime yourselves if you're curious. Who knows, maybe you'll be able to come up with some new evidence.
Oke. Terima kasih ya, Esman sudah membuka pikiran kita gitu. Kamu juga bisa memastikan, seru banget nih. Oke. Gunakan skill perspeksi untuk menemukan bukti dan petunjuk yang dapat diselidiki di sekitar dirimu dan dalam radius tertentu untuk meningkatkan kemajuan secara keseluruhan. Oke. Wah, gila keren banget, jir. Laporan investigasi GERD. Penyelidikan GERD menunjukkan bahwa kembang api yang diluncurkan di penghujung pertunjukan sulap membuat tali yang menggantung di dalam air terbakar. Hal ini menyebabkan tangki tersebut jatuh dan membunuh Cowell yang sedang berada di dalamnya. Jelas bahwa Lina adalah orang yang paling memungkinkan menggunakan properti sulap untuk melakukan kejahatan. Namun, korban bernama Cowell, salah satu asisten di rombongan sulap Lina yang sangat dipercaya oleh rekan-rekannya, tugasnya adalah mempersiapkan dan memeriksa peralatan, serta membantu pertunjukan di atas panggung dan membuat penonton bersemangat. Oke. Saatnya menjadi detektif Conan. Periksa garis kontur. Kotak ajaibnya tertimpa di sini. Kalau Cole tidak ada dalam kotaknya waktu kejadian, mungkin dia bisa menghindar dari tangki airnya. Bentar coy. Apakah orang yang membantu Line yang pertama tadi itu orang yang sama dengan Cowell? Bukannya dia udah lari ke sana ya, Cowell? Bisa jadi pas lari ke sana dia diculik, terus dia dituker gitu, ya nggak sih? Periksa garis kontur. Oh ini tadi. Oh ya. Periksa kotak sulap yang rusak. Kotak ajaib yang rusak itu tinggalkan di tempat kejadian. Oke. Periksa. Apakah ada jejak sesuatu?
So this is the rope that broke and caused the water tank to fall.
Iya.
The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks?
Antara Lina tidak tahu ini resiko atau Lina adalah pembunuh yang sebenarnya.
Why are you suddenly so serious, traveler?
Aku cuma lihat tali yang terputus.
Whoa! Look, this bit is made from different material.
Kok ngerti gue bahannya beda, aneh man gue man.
Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left.
Oh, tali ini diganti kah? Jenis kapas buat nyalain api.
So if a rope meant to hold something was made with that kind of material in it, then that means...
Lini.
Wait, why don't you write all this down?
Oke.
Let's take notes.
Jangan langsung menuduh ya guys ya. Menarik. Kita coba bangku. Tanya dulu Esman. Loh. Oh tali. Esman, Beman. Menurutmu Beman?
Go ahead, have a look around. In the end, we're
ya. Look around. Oke, ini boy. Periksa boy. Buka bro. Gimana caranya? Buka lah bro. Ntar kita jangan ke kuning-kuning dulu ya. Seal door, gimana menurutmu bro?
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, it just so happens that I'm interested too.
Iki warga Fountain iki males aku.
If you find any new and interesting leads, be sure to share them with me, alright?
Apa iya bang? Apa iya bang?
We don't have too many thoughts yet.
Oke.
Then why don't I tell you my hypothesis
Okay,
first?
okay.
The way I see it. And I'll start it with that loud thud.
Wah, benar-benar Pak Eman juga dengar tadi kan. Hipotesisku dulu ya, dukunganku ini semua bermula ketika ada suara prok itu.
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound that happened during the countdown?
Iya ya.
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud, but I suspect that most people heard it.
Jangan-jangan itu waktu si Cowell dibunuh ya, maksudnya dipukul gitu biar pingsan.
It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Lenny's trick with bated breath, so no one paid it much mind. But now that the incident has happened, the thud has become an important clue.
Oke.
That makes sense. So, what do you make of it?
I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Lenny's accomplice, Lynette perhaps, jumping atop the water tank or something like that.
I see.
And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope, sending the water tank crashing down.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud for that?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing.
Tapi harusnya si tangki air goyang dong.
Oh, that's true. I suppose I must reconsider.
Oke.
That does remind Paimon though. What was with that sound?
Suara aneh ketika pertunjukan sulap. Nek menurutku sih itu suara nganu sih. Suara quality culik. Oke. Apakah saya bisa memecahkan teori memecahkan puzzle ini, bukan puzzle sih, kasus ini sebelum Mihoyo memberitahu kebenarannya. Bentar, tempat duduknya duduk. Wah, ngapa bang? Ngapain ngap? Ora iki lho tempatnya. Ora iso takoke. Tempat duduknya cewek tadi. Tapi gak penting. Cari petunjuk di area quest ini. Oke. Gimana cara ke atas sih? Oh ini tuh. Mau rice. Takut.
Hello there. What are you investigating?
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the magic troupe members are currently considered prime suspects. The investigation team is still collecting evidence.
Okay.
The seats were all booked in advance, so we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list.
Boleh kasih tahu nggak? Kami ini kuasa hukumnya Lini dan Lynette.
Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish it later anyway when we petition the public to help us find the missing person.
Okay.
Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine who's made a bit of a name for herself.
Oh, terkenal berarti Halsey ini. Ceweknya terkenal.
Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work lately, which made her decide to come see the magic show.
No lab. Enggak no lab sih. Terlalu sibuk dengan pekerjaannya ya. Oke, masuk akal.
The magic troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems that she has no personal grievances or conflicts of interest with the suspects.
Okay.
Simply put, she wasn't related to the magic troupe at all, which matches the features of the previous serial disappearances.
Were the victims of previous cases also chosen at random?
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range, there really weren't any other connections between them.
Okay then.
Terima kasih
No
informasinya.
need to be so formal. If you do happen to see the missing girl, please be sure to contact us.
Wah, penculiknya pecabu
It's of
loh.
utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
Oke, ini informasinya sih. Halsey. Yo,
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector after all.
iya kah? Ada info baru dari tim penyelidik. Mesin pemilih nomor itu juga ternyata bermasalah. Berarti dari awal sudah direncanakan siapa yang bakal masuk ke box sama Line. Tapi pas pertunjukan mesinnya ada kayak ya salah.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think the murderer would have still made his move then?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation. What were you saying about the number selector? There's something wrong with it?
You're trying to help them? That'll be a tall order.
Linny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? The lucky girl that later disappeared. Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine, so we had it taken away for further inspection.
Okay.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. The machine picks that same number every time.
Terus siapa? Siapa target yang aslinya tuh
I'm sure
siapa?
you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat, regardless of whether it's a trial or some performance.
Okay.
In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where from the very beginning.
That much checks out. Linny reserved our seats for us too.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Terima kasih. Maaf udah ganggu.
Even though it's bad for Linny's case, Paimon had better write it down.
Oke. Jelas bahwa seseorang sudah memanipulasinya. Kurang satu. Lah kita masih pakai dendro aja, anjay. Apa lagi?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here! I've been keeping an eye on you for a while now.
Siapa nih? Mommy kah?
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No.
Okay.
And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Mommy.
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula?
Tapi suaranya kayak apa ya, masih muda gitu.
From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums, you name it, Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me boss.
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
Silver.
And I'm Melus. Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs are under my purview.
Demoiselle. Siapa itu? Tak tahu lane bro, cekak bingung aku. Dimosile artinya wanita. Oh, pelayannya ini.
Huh? Boss? Mademoiselle? What gives with the names?
Well, I am the second generation president. Malus and the others are still used to my previous title.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use that instead.
Okay, boss.
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just Navia is fine.
Gak usah bos-bosan lah.
Okay, if you say so. Not that we're members of Spina di Rasula anyway.
All merely trifling details. Never mind. Now, back to the situation at hand. That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back from my father's time.
Anjay. Udah lama banget berarti kasus kayak ginian.
Judging from the look of things, I find Linny an unlikely mastermind.
Kalau lihat yang ada sekarang, menurutku sih Lene bukan pelakunya.
Really? We think so too. That's why we're looking for clues now. But how did you come to that conclusion?
Iya juga ya.
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
Dukun deh anjing.
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever, wasn't she? But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment someone levels charges. And, of course, there was no way Farina was going to back down in that situation.
Oke. Kayaknya nih cuman mainannya si Farina, ya nggak sih? Kayak Farina tuh apa ya, songong orangnya. Mungkin dia tuh bikin kayak kasus-kasus gini supaya ya seru aja. Gak ada alasan lain.
Like you just don't trust the Hydro Archon.
Well, what's your opinion? I must admit that she can be interesting at times, but liking her doesn't mean that I'll blindly agree with her.
Oke. Nggak salah sih.
Alright, I've answered your question. Now, it's time you answer mine.
Oke, silahkan.
Wait a minute, did that answer count?
Well, I say it does. But don't worry, you won't hear any pointless questions from me.
Ya kah?
In your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Apa boleh sidang pengadilan dianggap sandiwara? Enggak lah, serius Cok.
Well?
Tidak selamanya boleh.
And why would that be?
Nanti kebenaran yang dicari-cari malah dikesampingkan. Iya sih, sidang itu nggak bercanda Cok. Sebaiknya jangan jadi hiburan.
See, Silver and Malus? I told you they'd be different.
Most astute of you, Demoiselle. I too think that the traveler's response was most excellent.
Oh, jadi ternyata di Fountain tetap ada orang-orang yang mikirnya jernih gitu.
No matter how wonderful the script or how fervent the audience's expectations may be, the trials that go on stage here must be based in fact. And if that can be done, boss, then...
Alright, that's quite enough, Malus. Anyway, I like your answer. You passed with flying colors.
Iya kah?
Now, I need to make some preparations, following which our joint investigation shall commence.
Loh.
You two shall be my assistants.
Kok iso?
Wait! Since when did we become assistants?
Oh, well, I can be the assistant, sure. Or your companion, if you like. I'm really not that fussy.
That's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that Demoiselle's intuition will be instrumental in uncovering the truth.
Okay, bah.
You wish to save a friend from false accusations, and we wish to unravel the disappearances. In this sense, our goals are aligned.
Okay.
You have a point. What about you over there?
I have nothing to add.
Oh, alrighty then.
We'll be making some preparations first. Just be sure to let us know if they start revealing Lenny's tricks. Thanks!
Oke, kayaknya kita ketemu Lini dulu ya. Apa ini? Tristan.
Sorry, but no one can freely enter or exit the Opera House at the moment. If...
No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny and Lynette as attorneys, so we're investigating the case. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the Chief Justice gave the order, everyone coming in or out must undergo a strict inspection.
Ini tak waifu Murin Senpai. Tristan.
So, the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on.
Ah.
I doubt there was much opportunity then either.
How can you be so sure,
Bisa aja dia kabur pas 60 detik itu kan.
Well, because I was in charge of security near the entrance at that time.
Ya kan banyak jendela, pintu keluar belakang, dua tanah, dua tatap.
I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. Just my luck. But still, I could not abandon my post, and I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If someone had so much as even approached the door, I would... We Melusines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
Melusin. Apa itu? Melusin itu apa, coy? Apa Melusin apa, guys? Kliennya iki kah? Kliennya hewan-hewan iki kita. Who are the Melusins? Mysterious race misterius. Oh, rasio namanya Melusin. Kayak sebangsa apa? Kayak sebutan ini ras elf, ras Melusin, ras hewan gitu.
So, it's safe to say the girl couldn't have left through here.
Okay.
Alright, thank you for your help. This will be useful info.
Kondisi keluar masuk gedung opera.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue. Paimon wonders how Linny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
Tempat tutup Frina yang gitu. Entahlah. Loh. Anjir, lebih tinggi. Oh ini di bawah toh.
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes as necessary.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my hat as a gift for you if I could.
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
Oh, gak kenal orang-orang.
Me? I'm Spina di Rosula's guardian angel. If you've got a problem, I've got the firepower. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. Call me Navia. I'm a partner of theirs, and we'll be helping invest. And these are my companions. Would you mind if they join as well?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers? I would be most grateful.
Okay.
Well, let's just say we're tagging along. It's not...
I appreciate your kind interest.
Bawa panggung.
Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Ini kan mau dikasih tahu kan. Kita mau bongkar rahasia sulap ya.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes, a world of secrets is hidden beneath this magic box, prepared specifically for this switcheroo trick. But before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here?
Mana?
I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will help you understand the methods used to perform it more easily.
Tapi mengingat setiap detail trik ini akan membantu kalau ingin memahami metode eksekusinya. Oke.
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations here? Where did all that go?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're still far from discovering the answer.
Belakang pintunya beda.
The back? You mean the inside of the door? What's...
Very good indeed. I thought you might not be able to catch that, given that you were sitting in the first row. The back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board.
Belakang pintu ini tadinya ada polanya. Nah, sekarang sudah hilang, diganti papan kayu mulus.
So, if you put 2 and 2 together, what do you get?
Oh, lift.
Exactly. All right, let's go. I'll tell you how it works as we head down.
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
Dan jalan ini menghubungkan kedua kotanya.
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw this place. The 2 magic boxes are positioned right above the 2 entrances of the tunnel.
Posisi kedua kota ajaibnya tepat di atas pintu masuk jalan rahasia. Posisi kedua kotak ajaibnya tepat di atas pintu masuk jalan rahasia. Oke.
See this flatbed trolley? The box with the lucky audience member in it would be shuttled over to the other side using the trolley.
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose of the box inside another box.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had ever changed.
So that's how you did it!
Simple banget. Kalau di The Prestige 3 gimana cara bacanya? Itu ngeklon dirinya sendiri biar bisa pindah. Serem sih itu filmnya.
Once the box was lowered, the trolley would store some energy through this device here, with which it would complete the rest of the steps. The audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she would already be back on stage.
Ya juga ya. Bagian kamu gimana?
Right! You were talking that whole time, and you even came out for a moment near the end!
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve that effect.
Bantuan Lynette dan fonograf. Sisa waktunya cuma 2 detik dan dia bisa langsung teleport ke sana.
My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began, I had already gone to the opposite box via a tunnel using that ladder.
And what about Lynette? Where was she?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh, gak mati deh.
Oh, interesting!
Dia bisa jadi orang lain, keren
That's
banget.
how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who's who.
Iya kah?
And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and I can perform it.
Oh.
So that's how it all worked! Wow! Every detail you revealed was more amazing than the last!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box on the trolley could finish ascending. And then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. The operative word here being would. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member. She, on the other hand, mysteriously vanished.
Iki sih kesalahannya. Tapi harusnya punya tim sih. Harusnya punya tim ya nggak sih anjir, pertunjukan segede ini di bawah sini kopong nggak ada orang.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out how you pulled it off. And yet, to think that someone was able to use this magic trick to commit a crime. Could we have a look around? I think we can come up with some more leads.
Okay.
This is the scene of the crime, so Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort them back up.
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now. I won't disappear into thin air, you know.
Thanks, everyone. We're counting on you.
Oke. Struktur peti sulap di atas panggung. Oke. Periksa stasiun katral. Sepertinya bisa dioperasikan secara otomatis. Berarti benar di sini gak ada orang.
What's this?
Looks like a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh? There's all kinds of odds and ends here.
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
But whatever it is...
Catat. Pas bunga, periksa pakaian.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Bentar ya guys ya, mengambil minum dulu.
Speaking of which, why would there be water here?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you pour water into a jug and then flip the jug over only for the water to disappear? And here's a broken vase! Huh. Did the trolley knock it down while moving?
That can't be. The trolley moves along tracks from start to finish. It couldn't have hit the vase at this distance.
Halo kembali. Fase pecah, tapi ku jaraknya tuh kok rele. Gak mungkin lek ke tatap apa rele.
Let's note this down too and think about it later.
Nanti lah. Pas bunga pecah. Oke. Kenapa nih? Otomatis isok pecah padahal ada kok rel. Jangan-jangan ini ada pintu rahasia. Oh iya, troli. Kan guys. Bukan ya. Alat penting untuk memindahkan kotak ajaib. Oke. Ini loh.
What is this place?
Ventilasi.
It seems someone could fit through here.
Could this have been the suspect's escape route?
Alone, perhaps. But if they had to pull another person with them, the space would be too narrow.
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right! Let Paimon write that down.
Ini masih teman. Walaupun dipaksakan, ventilasi terowongan paling memungkinkan dilewati satu orang aja. Sehingga agak mustahil kalau harus melewatinya bersama juga dengan wanita yang hilang tersebut. Tapi soalnya cewek sing hilang iku penjahat. Selama ini gak ada yang nyulik. Oke. Jadi beberapa info yang aku temukan. Ini gak ada, lihat ini. Anjir soalnya dah. Beberapa info yang udah aku temukan. Benar. Dari beberapa info yang aku temukan, menurutku cewek tadi, ya kan, cewek tadi tuh penggemarnya Furina. Dia sangat mengagung-agungkan Furina. Bahkan semua gadis yang hilangku sangat mengagung-agungkan Furina. Terus mereka itu bekerja sama dengan Furina agar seolah-olah mereka hilang. Padahal dari semua ini tuh Furina. Dan warga Fountain cuman dijadiin pion sama Furina itu sendiri. tidak ada penculik di sini. Ceweknya sendiri yang ngilang. Tapi plot hole sih tetap. Kenapa ono Cowell? Jangan-jangan Cowell adalah bonekanya Furina. Tapi sampai rela mati, aneh juga sih. Pakaian.
Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chosen from the audience was wearing, right?
Yep.
Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be found.
Oh, no terus mana? Apa jangan-jangan Hode anjir yang masuk ini, yang dipilih di penonton itu sebenarnya Cowell penjahatnya. Nggak ada yang kabur. Tapi aneh juga sih, cewek sama cowok kan beda banget ya.
Right. And do you really need to do that if you're kidnapping them?
Mungkin aja ini misal penjahatnya cabul.
Ugh, this is so confusing. Paimon doesn't want to be a detective anymore.
Pakaian si gadis. Nek misal penjahatnya Hasley, plot hole ning Cowell. Nek misal Cowell sing penjahat, plot hole gimana cara dia bisa jadi cewek? Sama-sama plot hole, berarti salah, nggak mungkin.
Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Ya sepet ya.
Let's head back up.
Bentar bro, masih ada nih. Segala jenis peralatan. Kembali.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me that there are several things that don't add up here.
Melus itu siapa sih? Kita coba cari dulu ya, daripada kita bingung. Melus. Oh, penjaga iku sing ras Melus. Iya ya.
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle.
Oh, dicek. Oh, itu ding. Melus iki ngana, koncone Emosil.
So, what did the guards say?
Navia.
Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low, since the vent leads to the opera house's basement.
Yo iso ae, coba rono.
The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance or after the incident, and no one was found hiding there.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then. You know, like the kind you usually see in novels.
Mungkin.
The plot thickens. Halsey's disappearance and Cowell's death are both quite inexplicable.
Cik curiga gua ambek mas-mas iki.
No wonder Farina was so confident in her accusation. All the current evidence points toward Linny and Lynette.
In other words, the charges are very likely to be upheld unless we make some considerable progress.
Charges and then trial. So if the charges are upheld, they'll announce a sentence?
Iya
That's
sih.
right. This is how a trial goes in the Opera House. During the proceedings, the Chief Justice and the oratrice will hear statements from both sides.
Oratrice. Siapa itu? Ini sebutan detailnya ada sih. Praktik. Praktis. Kayak hakim sih ora tersiwa. Okay.
That's right. This is how indemnitium is produced. The statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and even the audience's emotions will all be projected on the oratrice. To put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own will, and is a judge in its own right.
Okay.
This also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Menarik.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make his final decision. This, too, will be used by the oratrice as a reference. Then, finally, the oratrice will be consulted by officials. The result it returns is the will of justice itself.
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually decides? Paimon thought Novelet called the shots.
In practice, there is very little difference. Both have always come to the same judgment, which is why people have great faith in the Chief Justice. Ah, yes, the guards also asked me to convey that none of us will be allowed to leave this place before the trial.
Huh? Why?
Because we've chosen to act as the twins' proxies. That makes us persons related to the case.
They're concerned that we might be colluding with outside parties. Or that we might find outside help to disrupt the... And even if that were not so, it could prove problematic if we happen to spread key information about the case ahead of time.
I'm ready to break out at any time.
Whoa, whoa! There's no need for that! Paimon thinks they have a point. That said, are they providing food?
Of course. I just hope you don't mind the lack of options. I'm afraid that catering to all tastes is not in the cards, nor is any guarantee of balanced nutrition.
In that case, let's just sort out our findings together here. Pity. I was hoping to take you to try some... I mean, what better way to properly think through our findings than over some tea and sweets?
Huh. Breaking out suddenly doesn't seem like such a bad idea after all.
Man.
Just kidding! Just kidding! Paimon will still do her best, even if there are no snacks.
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have snacks. If we cannot buy some, then we'll simply make some.
Kayak mana?
Huh? Here?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with me.
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it. Please sit tight.
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. Oh, it's even better now. Paimon can't stop droop. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you'd have them do more during the baking process. But you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the egg whites, grinding almonds, everything.
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking, aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty beating egg whites and baking like this?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. I just really enjoy making snacks. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right consistency, or your macarons will crack. Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven. There's
only 3?
Well, Eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head. You wouldn't be able to think clearly about the case on a sugar rush, would you?
Tea is ready to be served as well. This is Demoiselle's favorite, strong black tea with a floral fragrance that clears the mind and lifts the spirit.
Okay.
No need for concern. I'm merely doing as I should.
All right then. Down to business. As Paimon mentioned previously, the tunnel seems to be something of a secret chamber.
Okay.
However, we can assume that Linny and Lynette were not alone within it. Some criminal also occupied its sealed confines. The magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course, but they lack any logical motive.
Exactly! Why would they do such a thing right when everyone was watching?
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance could indicate some altercation between Halsey and the criminal in the tunnel.
Pas bunga dan suara yang pernah kita dengar. Mungkin terjadi karena Hasley memberikan perlawanan ketika disergap pelaku di terowongan,
resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
What? Tapi bisa aja sih bajunya buat ini sih pengecoh.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if she was still wearing the same clothes.
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
Tidak ada bukti orang ketiga di bawah sana.
True. None of the clues we found thus far support the existence of this third person. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims, whether it's the missing girl, Halsey, or poor Cowl.
Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props in order to murder Cowl before making her escape?
Iki sing anggapanku sih iki. Hasley dan dia memodifikasi perlengkapan sulapnya untuk membunuh Cowl kemudian kabur. Tapi dia tidak mungkin tahu rahasia trik sulapnya. Ya usah ngerti. Dia kan kreatif sih si Hasley itu.
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the entire trick to pull it off. Nor does she have any motive. The guard said that she has never had any dealings with the Magic Troop's members.
Iya, tapi ya Hasley juga nggak punya motif sih. Mosok iseng anjing.
Were we not thorough enough in our search? From the sound of things, this is turning into an impossible case. Your macarons are amazing though, Navia. They smell great! They're nice and crisp and super sweet!
Tapi ada kemungkinan lain ya. Si Cowell sama Hasley tuh bawahannya Furina.
They are my specialty after all. And I see you've already had 5 of them.
What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only counted 3, honest!
Bohong.
Please don't worry about it. At my age, a few less sweets might actually be a good thing.
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows how to count.
Apa iya, Man?
Besides, Paimon knows that if she ate too many, have enough.
Udah lah, atau udah di perut.
Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? How could you? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone in her stomach.
Anjir.
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose one of us might have gotten too engrossed in our chat and eaten them by mistake. No big deal. Malus, set up the stove again if you would.
Loh.
Huh? What are you doing?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want to trouble you.
As you wish, demoiselle.
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this really is your hobby, huh?
Alamon, man.
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have another look around the area. I don't know what we're looking for yet, but we've still got some time. As attorneys, I suggest the 2 of you think the case over again. It would be awkward if you got all tongue-tied on stage during the trial.
Okay.
All right, thanks for your help and for the snacks.
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to go. I'll be back if I find anything new.
Kemungkinan keterlibatan pihak ketiga. Tidak ada motif jelas yang diketahui atas kejadian yang menimpa Kowal ataupun Ashley. Tetapi setelah berbicara dengan Navia, kemungkinan adanya orang ketiga sangatlah rendah. Iya sih.
Alright, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here.
Jam 8. Kita nggak tidur kah? Lah, hari berikutnya cok. Ikuti sidang.
Swan Fury.
Aku mau ke tempatnya itu. Bisa nggak ya duduk? Weh, bisa anjir, anjay. Coba lihat. Buat thumbnail lah. Loh, simpan informasi bro. Sembunyikan karakter informasi. Ctrl H. Screenshot. Loh. Oke. Aku ada sedikit dugaan, tapi kita biarkan pelan-pelan aja.
Good plan. Impossible things don't just happen. Look to the truth one way or another.
Just relax. Even if everyone else suspects Lenny and Lynette, at least we will be supporting them from the stands. Besides, I doubt Farina understands any more about what happened than we do.
Thanks, Navia. Well, we'll be going then.
Best of luck to you.
Ah, finally, you're back. Well, how did your investigation go?
To be honest, you might be disappointed.
No. We're already very grateful that you were willing to help.
Well now, don't you all look disappointed. Don't tell me that your investigation came up empty-handed. That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can never produce proof of their innocence. But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe, concede so easily.
Tunggu aja tanggal mainnya.
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session. Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please have Mr. Linney explain the trick?
Okay.
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette demonstrates on stage. All the necessary items have been prepared.
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that
Kenapa tuh?
you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus could not have committed the crime. Is this correct?
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish to refute his statement in any way?
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying.
Iya.
There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell. In fact, I'd say you were hardly in that tunnel at all.
Tidak mungkin Anda bisa terus berada di dalam kotak jika Anda berniat menculik Gasly dan membunuh Cowell. Bahkan menurutku Anda bahkan tidak berlama-lama di dalam terowongan.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear while you were inside your box?
Okay.
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
Suara iki kah? Barang jatuh kah?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there was a thud. One so loud that I believe practically everyone heard it.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, hang on. Something's not right here.
Kok gak ngerti, Lini? Kenapa ini bisa nggak tahu soal itu?
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside the box.
Iya kah? Iyalah, orang dia di bawah tanah. Pasti paling denger si Lene.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Well then, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to use the words of the magician himself. You never know what can happen in the blink of an eye. Indeed, it seems his alibi can also collapse in the blink of an eye. Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Hearth?
House of the Heart. House of the Heart. Atau iya? Bentar guys, gue cari dulu ya House of the Heart. Sensnaya run by Knave, Arcalina of the 11 Fatware Bringers. Panti asuhan milik ini Arlesino yang seorang fatui.
The House of the Hearth?
No wonder they did something like this.
Tapi kan mereka cuman salah.
So the serial disappearances were the Fatui's doing. Now it all makes sense.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just an accident.
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell us everything that happened during that 1 minute. Your first priority is to prove yourself innocent after all. I'm sure there is little that needs to be kept secret now. Unless your script already has holes in it.
Bro.
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the infighting and discord, I suppose. This was almost too easy. Good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is really paying off.
Loh. Persiapan jare. Jangan-jangan olah Furina semua ini.
Hey, Linny! Why didn't you tell us this before?
Lah ya.
Order! Mr. Linney, allow me to re-establish the facts. Lady Farina has raised 2 points. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, you and Ms. Lynette are both members of the House of the Hearth.
Apakah triknya belum dibongkar sama ini Lynette?
Are these claims true? Please answer my question, Mr. Linney.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true, Your Honor.
I knew it!
Well, that's it. We might as well move on to the sentencing already.
Ntar dulu, bro.
What should we do now?
Granted.
Klien saya telah menyembunyikan informasi penting. Pembelaan tidak dapat dilanjutkan.
In that case, what is your request?
Ada hal yang harus dibicarakan.
Is that really necessary? They're already as good as guilty.
The defendant deceived their own attorneys. What is there left to discuss?
Order! Order, I say! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn. This trial will reconvene in 1 hour.
Okay.
So you would stick to Mr. Linney's defense even after knowing what you do now? You certainly have more professionalism than I thought. In that case, my dear audience, let's allow the joy of victory to steep for a little while longer.
Kambing Furina. Tapi ya si Lena nggak mau jujur ya. Kok iso?
Well, this is awkward. I didn't think the Hydro Archon would dig all that up. I'm sorry, Traveler and Paimon.
Yeah, sorry. Paimon doesn't know where to start. We trusted you two. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys. Not to set the wrong tone or anything, but Paimon's really mad!
I'm very sorry. I know you're angry, and reasonably so, but please, let me explain. I know you've clashed with the Vatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if just hearing the word is enough to make you upset.
Iyalah.
But our organization is very, very large, and the Harbingers have very different personalities and goals.
Right now, we want to save people. As many as we can.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page when it comes to this nation and the disaster that its people might face. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, we could become good friends. That's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide some details instead. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us spending more effort than we need to.
Dan dari mana kamu bisa yakin kalau omonganmu barusan bukan bohong lagi?
Right. So, you be the judge. Heck, if I were you, I fear that I'd even struggle to trust me at this point. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade. All by coincidence, too. But still, I'm asking you to trust me. I am no criminal. At least, not in this case.
Sorry. Please forgive us.
Well, you both say that, but...
Kasih tahu dulu satu hal. Kemana kamu selagi triknya berlangsung?
Right. Let's hear your answer first, and no lies now!
Of course. I'll answer any question you ask. We've been trying to find out how the Oratrice operates. We want to know why it has a consciousness. Why can it deliver sentences accurately?
Kami sedang mencari tahu cara kerja Oratrice. Kenapa dia memiliki kesadaran? Bagaimana caranya dia memutuskan hukuman yang tepat? Oh, jadi dia nyambi lihat kebenaran tentang Oratrice. Ini pasti tugas dari Arcelino.
During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick with the objective of getting close to the core.
Is that why you needed a whole minute?
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get to the opposite box.
Oh gitu.
So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent, and went to investigate the room in which the core is stored.
Walah.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Okay.
Well, nothing. As soon as I reached that room and was about to investigate, I heard someone's voice.
Takut gue anjir.
Which should have been impossible, of course. I was quite certain that I was the only one in the room. That voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated the way I came.
Okay.
On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished, so there wasn't time to give it any thought. After that, the homicide occurred just as you saw.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Kenapa kamu ingin tahu cara kerja Oratrice?
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course. We must know all we can about this nation's secrets in order to deal with that prophesized crisis.
That's the only way we can save everyone.
So, there you have it. The whole truth. I swear, I didn't hide anything from you this time. It was never my wish to proceed under this cloud of mistrust either. But like I said earlier, you can be the judge. If you want to leave because you don't trust the Fatui, there's nothing I can do to stop you.
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Aku percaya pada kebenaran. Kalau kamu bukan pelakunya, aku tetap akan bela. Keadilan harus ditegakkan dan yang bersalah harus dihukum.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for giving us a chance.
The current problem is that the scales are tipped pretty badly against you two. If we want to refute the Hydro Archon's accusations, we're gonna need a seriously watertight defense.
Kita sudah punya bukti penting kok. Apa emang?
Huh?
Waktu penangguhannya sudah hampir berakhir. Ayo balik.
Oh, Paimon thinks she gets what you mean.
Apa, Mon? Setelah melewati terowongan, Lene langsung menuju ke ruangan tempat penyimpanan inti Oratrice melalui lubang ventilasi. Jika dia tidak menyaksikan kejadian yang terjadi di dalam terowongan, dan karena juga dia tidak mendengar adanya suara teredam. Ini mengatakan kalau dirinya mendengar sesuatu yang misterius dari dalam ruangan yang berisi inti Oratrice di dalam struktur bawah tanah gedung opera. Apa jangan-jangan bahan bakar Oratrice itu gadis-gadis muda? Serem coy. Seriusan.
Both parties have returned to their positions. Let us continue the trial.
Okay.
When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina may continue stating her reconstruction of the events.
That took long enough. Now then, if everyone would lend me their attention. At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
Dari bagian yang tidak valid berdasarkan penjelasan kejadian yang diutarakan oleh pihak lain. Oke. Manfaatkan bukti dan petunjuk yang diperoleh oleh investigasi kejadian untuk membantah pernyataan yang tidak valid dan menggantinya dengan dukungan baru. Manfaatkan bantahanmu untuk meyakinkan hadirin di lokasi sehingga sudut pandangmu dan memperoleh dukungan yang lebih kuat. Kualitas akan menunjukkan perubahan ini dengan jelas. Setelah menemukan dan membantah semua pertanyaan yang tidak valid, kamu bisa menyelesaikan lingkaran sanggahan dan menguak kebenarannya. Oke, let's go boys.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel.
Benar.
When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an altercation with Halsey, which caused the loud thud.
Rana.
He did not realize that this sound could be heard by everyone in the opera house, which is why he claimed earlier that he could not hear the sound. Finally, he used the vase to knock her out, before making her change clothes to prevent others from recognizing her. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise, and caught Linny red-handed. So Linny proceeded to knock him out too before stuffing him into that box. Afterward, Linny passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the audience stands, before operating the devices such that Cowell's death would be ruled an accident. And there you have it. That's the truth behind what happened.
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady Farina's description of the events?
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of events, what Linny experienced, and what he saw. Seems this won't produce a particularly effective rebuttal. Seems this won't produce.
Oh, salah semua sih. Berarti ya itu. Lah. What the fuck? Berarti bener dong.
According to Linny, he left via the vent after entering the tunnel. He couldn't have had that altercation with Halsey.
Nenek menculik guysnya.
Linny went to the room that contains the Oratrice's core. This is the actual truth.
Anjir lagi.
Lenny did not take part in the underground altercation. He only witnessed traces of the aftermath.
Attention! Ace Detective Paimon has something to say! When the countdown started, Lenny did indeed go into the tunnel. But he immediately used a vent to access the Opera House basement, which is where the underground core of the Oratrice is stored. Once he reached that area, he heard a voice in what should have been an empty room. Since he felt something was amiss, he returned immediately.
Okay.
The crime scene had already developed by the time he reached the tunnel again, and in order to complete the magic trick, he did not remain there for any length of time.
Anyway, yang baru datang ke stream ini, selamat datang ya. Silahkan chit-chat di kolom komentar bebas ya.
Finally, he reached the surface, and that was when the accident happened from his point of view. Therefore, he's innocent.
Oke. Imbang dong. Nice. Pagi po, wih. Bang Habib. Pagi juga bang. Gimana Discordnya tambah rame kah? Nih punya Discord gede banget guys.
Paimon did it! Paimon actually managed to say all that! Wasn't it awesome?
In other words, you believe that he knew nothing of the incident?
Ya.
That's right!
Dan satu lagi, saya yakin ada cacat dalam logika pihak penuntut.
My reasoning?
Peralatan di panggung telah dimanipulasi dengan terencana, tapi Anda bilang Cowell tidak sengaja bertemu Lina. Bener juga ya.
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the tunnel, who was the entire setup meant to kill? Assuming that what you say is true, Lenny only needed to kidnap the young girl to cause a new disappearance case. What would the point of killing someone on stage be?
Tapi kan bisa aja man. Oh, gak bisa deh. Nggak mungkin Cowell tiba-tiba masuk. Soalnya Furina ngomongnya udah diterencanain semuanya. Oh, itu plot hole. Bener man.
They have a point.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine. They've managed...
Oh, well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. But what proof do you have to back your claims?
Apa Anda ingat dengan cara apa Anda menghancurkan alibi Lina?
Of course I do. If he had been in the magic box the whole time, how could he have not heard that sound? Why do you ask?
Kan dia ini ke Omures. Orang Omures nih.
You're saying that he wasn't.
Haha. Dan sekarang senjata yang Anda siapkan sudah jadi senjataku juga. Dan pertanyaan ini pun jadi petunjuk yang penting. Suruh milih kah? Tidak relevan. Barang bukti apa yang dapat membuktikan bahwa Lini tidak berada dalam lorong itu saat kasusnya terjadi? Catatan khusus sulap pindah tempat di gedung opera. Ora iki sih iki. Oh, tidak relevan sih. Oh, antara 3 iki ta. Oh, no.
That's right! Lenny wasn't in the box or in the tunnel. That's why he didn't hear anything strange during the performance.
Iya.
This means that when the crime happened, Lenny had already entered the basement via the vent.
Artinya saat kejahatan terjadi, Lenny sudah masuk ke ruang bawah tanah lewat ventilasi.
The same clue you used to disprove his alibi has now become the best proof! How do you like that?
Anjing.
Well played.
Well played.
To think you'd use such logic.
Ya, gugup kan kamu.
Well then, if it wasn't Lenny who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Pembunuhnya adalah Ashley. Pilih roda gigi di halaman untuk melihat pertanyaan kasus yang sesuai. Pilih jawabannya dan masukkan ke seluruh roda gigi yang kosong untuk memverifikasikan kebenaran kesimpulannya. Jika salah, kamu harus kembali memilih dari oke. Laporan investigasi dari Gawar menunjukkan bahwa kembang api yang diluncurkan di akhir pertunjukan menyebabkan tali penahan tangki air di atas panggung terbakar, sehingga tangkinya terjatuh dan membuat kawal yang ada di dalam kotak. Selama ini kita nggak ada yang mencurigai Guard. Bukan Guard sih. Siapa yang bikin talinya itu yang jadi pertanyaan sih sebenarnya. Dari tadi ya nggak ada yang nyinggung soalnya. Iya, benar ya. Yakin nuduh temannya iki, asisten-asisten lainnya.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Apa ini aksi bunuh diri? Gila banget, cok.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Tapi orang gila mana yang merencanakan bunuh diri?
Could there have been a third person involved?
Enggak.
Is that really a possibility?
Ini sih.
Halsey is the missing person and an ordinary audience member. Or did she have her own scheme all along?
Jangan-jangan urusan si Hasley itu bukan dengan Lynette ataupun siapa kakaknya? Line. Tapi punya urusan dengan
The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. Halsey is the missing person and
lah.
The deceased's name is Cowell.
Aku terlalu banyak nonton film sing aneh-aneh sih. Hipotesis benar. Gak mungkin coy Universe bikin cerita segila ini. Cek boy. Jangan-jangan Guard sama Cowell bekerja sama. Jangan-jangan Cowell belum meninggal.
Oh, is that so? How interesting! Let's hear your reasoning then.
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from would-be perpetrator to victim.
Soalnya dia kan yang bikin ini peralatan. Bisa aja pas dia ketimpa tuh nggak sakit gitu loh.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract attention. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well. No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take Halsey? Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some fear that she would attract. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Biru jadi. Ini tambah siti jer.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time.
Tapi gimana bisa pelakunya tuh ngerti kalau si Ashley tuh merencanakan mau lihat mesinnya. Tapi iso ae sih, soalnya ini kan teman baik
The
sih.
deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. Linny was not in the tunnel at... No one entered or left the opera house. The deceased's name is Cowell.
Ya iki sih, masuk akal. Mungkin dikasih tahu. Cuman ini berkhianat.
It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent. They would likely have bumped into Linny as well.
Maksudnya bisa iya.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel, so there must have been some feet. The sound we heard may have come from a... No one entered or left the
Salah kabeh jare.
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. So where would the criminal have wanted to take... The sound we heard may have come from a clap. It would have been tough for both people.
Sing berhubungan apa kita?
No one entered or left the opera house through its entrances. The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment.
Salah aja deh.
Halsey's clothing was in the tunnel.
Wah, gak masuk akal gue. Lah, ya apa sih? Pinter cok, gobel cok. Dia seolah-olah meninggal agar dia nggak bakal dijadiin tersangka.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring things out?
Mana perginya Halsey?
I see how it is. So this was all just a bluff.
Santai dong, tenang, tenang.
You had something to show for it.
Tenang,
But
Forin.
it seems you're still far from the truth.
Look, since we're at a dead end, why not consider a different track? Just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been utterly different from the magician's initial design.
If only we knew how Halsey disappeared.
Nah, ini.
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has 3 exits, and none of them seem very likely. And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear. You know, like you did from that water tank, Lynette.
Iya, kita belum tahu triknya meloloskan diri dari tangki. Apa mungkin airnya?
Excuse my interruption, dear opponents, but do you not see that the crowd is growing impatient?
Santai, Forin.
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Sip, boy.
Lenny was not in the tunnel at that moment, which gave our criminal ample time. The sound we heard may have come from a clash between the missing Halsey and the criminal. The deceased's name is Cowell, Lenny's assistant. He would have been able to tamper with the equipment. The vase was not broken by chance. It was used to cover important evidence. The water.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together if Halsey disappeared instead of being kidnapped. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only clothes behind.
Oh iya. Oh iya.
If there's a similar method where a person could be transformed into water...
Just a moment, please. I do hope you know how preposterous you sound at the moment. How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic trick.
Permintaan untuk memeriksa barang pribadi Cowell.
Must we really? I should think that of anyone. Your friend Linny already knows this truth very well. Magic tricks are ultimately just illusions and misdirection.
Even so, I trust the traveler's judgment. The truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of reasoning may open if we try to gather all the focal points that don't make sense. Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention on him. But given that we aren't making much progress with the case, it wouldn't hurt to have a look at his belongings, would it?
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes when at the end of their rope. The way I see it, your suggestion that we broaden the scope of our investigation is nothing but a tactic for stalling the trial.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence may help us make more progress.
Gila, keren banget Mas Masigi.
Guards, please step into the lounge and examine the personal effects of the deceased, Cowell.
We are still examining the items, but we have already made critical progress that we feel must be shared with everyone.
Wah, Esmon. Orang baik ini.
We discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's baggage, each labeled separately. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are water from the primordial sea.
Primordial. Keren sekali ya si Cowell.
The primordial sea.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safe usage of these fluids, in which the keyword dissolve appears many times. One of these tubes was labeled Opera Epiclese, along with yesterday's date. It is empty. The notes also state that these dissolution properties work exclusively on people from Fontaine. It's likely that Halsey was chosen as some sort of test subject. As such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is, in fact, supported by sufficient evidence.
You've got to be kidding! People dissolving into water?
Could something so ridiculous actually be true?
Mungkin sih.
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but it's just a coincidence, isn't it?
Huh. If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a means to hide water stains? And if Cowell was targeting that girl... Wait just a minute. Could that mean...
Siapa?
You two, with me, quick!
Jangan-jangan Cowell adalah the doctor, coy.
Demoiselle, wait!
Jen.
What about your partners?
Let's go. Just trust me.
Order! Order!
Anjing, kaget aku.
It is undeniable that further examination of the deceased's personal effects has yielded some surprising results. Still, let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the understanding that Ms. Halsey has yet to be found. Guards, please continue examining the items along these lines. Mr. Linney, it appears your hypothesis is supported by the evidence. So
of course. Thank you, Your Honor. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case's seemingly unrelated clues can be connected together.
Right! Like the metal hook! That one didn't make sense at all.
Kait logam apa itu?
Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that water from the primordial sea.
Basta ada dokter itu. Jangkar, cok.
The rope that held the water tank up was lit by the fireworks and snapped. Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of triggering mechanism. The rope that held the water tank up, the water from the primordial sea. Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire time. I remember there was something else within the inner layer of that box. The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny. The deceased's name is Cowell. Now it seems like the hook rope was not...
Okay. Halo yang mampir ya, selamat datang di stream gua. Kalian bebas chit-chat ya di komen.
It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shine again!
Okay, man.
In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope and the number selector securing his target. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box.
Waktu kotak ajaib berusia Slay diturunkan, dia akan bergerak perlahan sampai akhirnya menusuk balon di atas kotak. Terus?
When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it would pour down and dissolve Halsey. Afterward, Cowl would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on stage. But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel, and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he meant to use to cover his tracks.
That does make sense.
That actually links together a lot of the more confusing pieces of evidence.
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I falsely accused an innocent person?
Now, it seems like the only point of contention remaining is the exact circumstances that led to Cal's death. His notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to the situation.
On that note, the guards have just contacted me indicating that they uncovered new evidence. I shall now invite him on stage to share it with us.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just inspecting the luggage of the other people involved in this case. And we found an identical sample of the water from the primordial sea among Linny's personal effects.
Huh?
What?
That can't be.
Oh, I see. Well, how wonderfully comedic to have your own counterattack only to come back and wound you. Does this not clear all doubt? My dear citizens, my loyal audience, allow me to present my reasoning and bring this performance to a swift Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave the scene via the vent. Having made modifications to the props beforehand, his accomplice Cowl then caused Halsey to vanish using the water from the primordial sea. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired sole credit and prepared to do away with his partner in crime. Ultimately, he knocked Cowl out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became a murder weapon. Now, as much as I regret having come to such a viciously straightforward conclusion, it does... Am I right, Mr. Linny?
We've used up all the evidence we collected. There's no way for us to make a rebuttal here. Is this the end of the road?
Enggak dong.
Oh no. Paimon can't think of anything either. It doesn't look like there's any way around this. Seems using the water as new evidence was too good a move. Why did this have to happen now?
I think we've all seen enough now, and we have ample witnesses to my flawless reasoning. I believe this is indeed the finale.
Waduh.
Now then, my good, noble Chief Justice, should we not, in your view, move...
Excuse me, everyone, but I must interject.
Bagi Navia, sing mau.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout. and to respect the ongoing legal proceedings.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting, you know. Now, would anyone here like to take a little break from all this debate and see a little magic? I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared back in the flesh, right before your very eyes. Please, do the honors, Mr. Linny.
What in the world is she saying?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are beyond my scope as a magician.
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about misdirection, isn't it? It often conceals the truth while presenting a fascinating illusion. But once everyone believes the illusion, can't magic reveal the truth to them once again? And wouldn't such a trick be the most marvelous finale to today's performance?
Iya maksudnya.
Come on, Lenny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary arrangements on your behalf. But, as the magic makers and stars of the show, I think I should leave the final performance to you.
I understand.
And voila!
Sorry for the interruption.
Wait, isn't that Halsey? So the whole thing about people dissolving wasn't true after all?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing so would lessen my sentence.
Loh nanti ada cap penting malah ngilang.
I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one put on trial. I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me, and then before I knew it, she caught me.
That'll teach you to underestimate us three.
Warna Via.
Where should I begin? I'm sorry. I'm the one who killed Cowl. I admit it.
Ini kan mirip dugaanku yang awal tadi ya. Yang punya masalah sama Cowell tuh Mbak ini.
What? Why?
Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. It's Lillian, and I'm originally from Mondstadt. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller, but I missed the chance to buy a ticket, so I stole one.
What the fuck?
That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. And I'd never been caught before. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Linny was the one who caught me in the act.
Oh. Anjir, plot twist coy.
Hey, no wonder you look familiar. So you were the thief. Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector chose me.
Okay.
He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked I was. I thought he was onto me for sure.
Oh, dikirane Lilian niku bakal ditangkap. Ternyata cuma salah paham, jing.
So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee, but then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nab me.
Tapi siapa namanya? Cowell itu tetap jahat sih.
I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the box. There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I had to change my clothes and hide in a box containing performance costumes.
Anjir.
I slipped out after the first guard arrived at the scene and continued hiding inside the opera house.
Can a person even hide in there?
Selama ini ada orang di situ.
But I swear I didn't know that the water tank would fall down. Really, I swear it. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box. I may be a thief, but I'm no killer.
Terus siapa coy?
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now, doesn't it?
What the fuck? Tapi siapa yang ganti tali nih?
This time, we need to tell the entire story from Lily-Ann's perspective. The strange sound wasn't from a fight. It was Lily-Ann's attempt to break out when she was frightened.
Oh, I see.
The flower vase was not broken to cover anything up, but was smashed during the struggle between Lily-Ann and Cowell. Lily-Ann was afraid that she would be recognized if she left, so she changed clothes and hid, biding her time. Just...
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been selected out of the blue, Lily-Ann panicked.
Jam 2 anjir. What?
Her panic only intensified after she entered the tunnel and had water poured on her head. So she kicked the door open, producing the thud we all. Hearing the commotion, Cowell leapt into the tunnel, only to discover that Lily-Ann had not dissolved. He did not know that Lily-Ann was not from Fontaine, but was a thief who made her way in by stealing a ticket.
Kenapa sapi ini, maksudku Cole ingin bunuh orang, ingin melarikan orang, aneh sekali.
Mistakenly believing that the water from the primordial sea needed time to take effect, he tried to force Lily-Ann back into the box.
struggle, but Lillian came out on top. With no way of escaping, she changed her clothes and hid in the costume trunk until the performance ended. She knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward. So, she has been trapped in the opera house these last 2 days.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were chatting over macarons. So, she swiped 2 of them right under our noses. Talk about a sneaky thief.
At this point, all the events that happened in the tunnel have now come to light.
Ah, so that's the whole story.
Bravo!
GG.
Bravo!
Now then, Lady Farina, do you wish to speak against the defense's statements? Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceedings have concluded.
What? No, I have no further arguments. I admit defeat. But really, could you at least have left me with some dignity?
Wow, look at that! She's like a deflated balloon now.
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, I shall once again repeat the full sequence of events. The actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next victim from the audience reservation list. With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that the pre-selected young woman would be chosen. To cover up any evidence while committing the deed, Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after the young woman was dissolved. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop and hide the watermarks. He poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was not from Fontaine, and thus fled the box with a loud noise. Realizing that there was trouble, Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian. Thinking that the waters had not yet taken effect, he decided to proceed. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious, and placed into the magic box, and thus became his own final victim. Lillian, according to her own statements, then changed clothes and hid until the performance ended, before hiding in other parts of the opera house. As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the opera house, and was thus ignorant of these happenings. From this reconstruction of events, we can conclude that Linny, the accused, is in fact innocent. While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be investigated separately, this case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision. As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work, partners.
Nice tuh.
Thank you all.
Keke
Thank
sih
you so
anjir.
much.
Story ini keren banget. Gila.
Next, I think we deserve an explanation, Guard Vaughn.
Ini pasti soal air primordial yang ada di tasnya siapa? Lynette sama Linny.
How did you find the water from the primordial sea in Linny's baggage?
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know. Or was that not a discovery, but false evidence that you dared to bring before this court?
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny, but you, yes? I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen your sentence.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn yourself a one-way ticket to Coupon Town.
I was just following orders. We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and thus cause suspicion to fall on the Fatui. The higher-ups said this was the best opportunity to do so.
Sopo atasan menying?
And now that your plan has fallen through, and the secrets of the water have been revealed, you have become a liability to said higher-ups, yes? Therefore, you would be wise to tell everything you know, and seek the protection of the guards.
Yes! I'll tell you everything I know. Our boss discovered that the water can cause people to dissolve. It can also be made into a potion, which when extremely diluted, can cause people to experience unforgettable exhilaration.
Ganja, boy.
We've been in this business for a while now, and have made decent more off it. The disappearances were also the boss's idea. I mean, this is the boss we're talking about.
Dia berubah jadi air. Siapa bosnya, anjir?
And now he can no longer talk.
Such ruthlessness. I shouldn't have expected any less of them.
An outrageous act. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
Cuk, ngerinya anjir. Apakah bosnya lihat pertunjukan ini?
So, we're just going back now?
Oh, iya bener.
That's true, but...
Tapi ganjel kan, gak ngerti bosnya siapa.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Linny...
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe you don't even want to look at me. But still, let me thank you again for defending me to the end, even after you learned that I'm a member of the Fatui. I guess. But regardless, I'd like the opportunity to set things straight.
Okay.
I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoken to you as myself, just plain Linny this entire time. As for why I'm a Fatus, it's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan like me. That's all. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave. Istrinya Arsipelo kah? Siapa coy? Loh. Jadi cewek apa cowok nih? Arlesino, The Knave. Ngerinya anjir.
The knave? The one who controls the House of the Hearth? She's your father?
She's your father.
That's right. And since we're here, I was wondering, would you mind hearing a story? Back when our parents first died, Lynette and I were left wandering the streets. To survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days to figure out how he pulled off his amazing tricks.
Okay.
I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowded corner, and we began to perform magic tricks there. To my surprise, we proved to be pretty popular, and we could at least stop worrying about where our next meal would come from for a time. But I didn't want my sister to remain a street rat together with me forever. Before long, an aristocrat came to me and claimed that he wished to take us in after watching my performances.
So you went from orphans to nobility just like that?
That was how we felt at first too. As if fate was on our side and we could say goodbye to those painful days. But I gradually discovered that while we were called foster children, he was really after my talent for magic tricks. He would constantly take me to all sorts of banquets to garner attention, which he would then use to expand his social circles.
That doesn't seem too bad either. Better than roaming the streets.
It took a while for me to realize just how dark his heart really was. After one particular performance at a banquet, I discovered that Lynette was not on the same return vehicle as me. I waited a long time after we returned home, but she did not come back. I went to that noble's bedroom and asked him about her whereabouts. The answer he gave me was, she caught the eye of the most eminent person at the banquet, so I sent her over as a gift. I mean, you'll be able to perform your magic regardless of who your assistant is, yes?
Oh no. So he was gonna... But wouldn't Fontaine's laws deal with such people?
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care, and they have their ways of escaping the eye of the law.
Memang setan ya. Terus apa yang terjadi setelahnya?
I managed to ferret out the location of the mansion of that so-called eminent person and hurried through the night. But by the time I leaped over the walls, avoided the guards, and made my way in, all I saw was the moonlit ground covered in blood, and the knave standing there in the darkness.
So, she'd already taken care of that guy.
That's right. She had rescued my sister before she could come to any harm, and had even discovered several girls hidden in a basement, all of them orphans.
Gak jelas sumpah the knife. Awitnya di kayak no terus dilindungi, what the hell?
Father, I mean the knave, might have seen something in me, and so she made me an offer. The House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, none will ever betray you. Indeed, betrayal shall never be permitted here.
Anjir, aku harus lihat ulang sih. Berarti yang ngadopsi pertama bukan ini, bukan the knife.
I was hesitant to trust her. I mean, I had just been betrayed by nobles.
Ya. Bangsawan bukan the knife ya.
But she was also quick to destroy the noble who had taken us in at first, giving us back our freedom.
Oh, so that's how the two of you joined the House of the Hearth.
The knife mengincar Indonesia sebenarnya.
She has her own plans. She has gained permission from the Tsaritsa to first use the Gnosis' power once she obtains it. She plans to use it to find a way to break the prophecy and save Fontaine.
Okay.
So, she believes in that prophecy too?
That's right. The whole House of the Hearth is currently working to combat that crisis. Today's case has also proven that people from Fontaine can indeed dissolve into some sort of water, thus further supporting the prophecy. All of us house members here, Lady Arlecchino herself included, are from Fontaine. We won't give up on defending our homeland.
Oh, I see.
To us orphans, the only connection we have left to this world, apart from our family, is our homeland.
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets to huge schemes like stealing a gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
Maafkan aku masih tidak bisa percaya kamu 100%.
It's alright, I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this to you.
Semakin kesini Fatumi terasa bukan seperti orang jahat gitu loh.
I just hope you can understand
Gak semua Harbringer jahat ya.
I have never stopped making my own decisions, and that I believe what I'm doing is right. If you should need anything at all in the future, feel free to find me.
Oke. Keren sih.
Bye, Lenny.
Bye, Lenny. Wow. Ketemu sebuah cewek rambut kuning.
Hey there.
Navia.
What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navia?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting closer to solving the serial disappearances case, though. Don't you think so, too?
Cuman...
Huh? What's wrong, my dear partner?
Aku tadi cuma bela Lene, itu aja. Bukan berniat terlibat rentetan kasus seseorang hilang.
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold for decades now? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro Archon's people to follow now, right?
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little shocked to hear that from you. But I suppose you are just travelers who have only arrived in Fontaine after all. Sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Don't say that, Navia.
Ah, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stagnant mire, causing new hope to spring forth, and the reflection in the murk to become clearer. Sorry about that. I'm a bit prone to nostalgia. Don't mind me. Wait, shall we have a farewell meal? You know, to commemorate our time as partners?
Huh? Do we really need to get that formal? Well, guess you really did treat us as partners, huh?
Well, I'd just like to have a proper ending to every important memory. That way there are no regrets later. Anyway, it would just be a meal, so it shouldn't take up too much of your time.
Okay, let's go lah.
You don't have to twist Paimon's arm. If Boss Navia's treating, count Paimon in!
Oh, wonderful. In that case, why don't we return to the court of Fontaine and head to the Hotel de Boer? I believe we'll make it just in time for dinner.
Court of Fontaine.
Alright then, let's have our farewell meal!
Selesai coy. Wih. Serahkan hydrosikil yang didapatkan selama. Masih ada coy, bagian 2 coy. Oke ya. Terima kasih teman-teman yang udah mampir. Kita lanjutin besok karena udah jam 2 malam nih, udah pagi nih sebenarnya. Gila sih, 3 jam 50 menit. Ya 30 menit. Terima kasih ya teman-teman semua. Ada Rexy, Zomuzen, Erwin Senpai. Ada siapa lagi nih? Sofia, ada Bizar, ada Akbar. Thank you semuanya, semoga kalian terhibur ya. Ini quest serius coy. Jadi aku nggak banyak ngomong di quest ini. Jadi kita lanjutin besok ya. Sampai jumpa di esok hari. Bye bye.